This emulator likes to just turn off sound. Yep, enable sound playback is off. Why? I don't frickin' know. A Lord British production. Translated by a furry. That is...
Translated
by Dr. That is not a... Like, that was not... That's not like a hack disc or something. The original Commodore 64/Commodore 128 version of this game advertises that it was translated by Dr. Cat.
But what?
Translated from Apple II to Commodore 64.
Oh.
Not translated into English.
Translated from Lord British speak to English.
Ba 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 da 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 da. Sorry.
So yeah, it does have the same intro music as Ultima 6. That's good.
Which is to say, Ultima 6 has the same intro music as this.
Yes.
Welcome to Ultima V, Warriors of Destiny. Well, let's create a new character. We could transfer from Ultima IV if it could read Sega Master System. Unlikely to... Oh, wait. Let's look at the introduction.
Is it not just what we just watched?
Oh, God. Insert the dwelling disc. Well, it's clearly not, because I had to insert a different disc. Right. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Discs. Dungeon, Britannia, Underworld, Town, Dwelling. That's the dwelling disc. I don't know whether it's reading from 8 or 9, so... Which are the name for the two discs. Rather than 1 and 2 or A and B, they're 8 and... Okay. From nowhere, smoky wisps of clouds begin to form in the clear, moonlit sky. In a few short moments, the sky is filled with dark, ominous clouds that completely block space, the moon's pale light. Your bedroom is bathed in space, quiet darkness as you lie sleeping lightly. It's trying to be fully aligned,
justified.
but the spaces are like so inconsistent because it can't. I mean, they can't be consistent because it's a color.
Well, right. So I think
the best
way
they
that
could
it's
have
fully
done, but
aligning
that's
is
not
just
going to stop
adding
me from
extra
making fun of
spaces
it.
in random places.
Something rousing you with your eyes open, sleep elite. God, I can't read. Oh my God, I can't read. To be met by a soft blue glow reflecting from the wall. Slowly, you turn your head until you can see the source of the light. It's that character from Zelda. Hey, listen! You take a quick breath as you see the light is emanating from shimmering circles cemented over your bed. As you look at the light, a darkening begins to appear in its center. The darkening gradually materializes in the form you suddenly recognize the connect to ultimate wisdom. The last time you saw that was beyond the circle stones in the nearby woods. That prior occasion marked the quest that forever changed the course of your life. Sorry, it suddenly started loading.
Triforce.
It's there. Oh, it is. Yeah, it is. I remember that symbol.
Yes.
Because it was like going to be the Star of David, and then it wasn't.
Yep. Speclad notes the small caps N's. I will also note the small caps M's. Obviously, it's a pixel. It's to help with pixel problems. You stare as the light begins to diminish and finally wink out. Something falls softly onto the bed. Reaching out, you turn on the light, and there, at your bedside, there lying before you is an amulet. You hesitantly reach for it, gripping it tightly in your hand. Your finger automatically traces over the familiar etching on its surface. Finally, a sign from Britannia. It has to be. It could be nothing else. In fact, that was the symbol. Not only was it like a Star of David, it was exactly halfway between a Star of David and a Triforce. Jumping to the bed, you hastily pull on some clothes. With a few long strides, you cross the room to stand before a glass case sitting on a shelf. In case of emergency, break glass and get onk. Visible beneath the glass, stretching on a velvet cloth, is the onk, a symbol of your avatarhood. Okay, so we are the avatar from Ultima IV. Reverently, you open the glass case and remove it. If what you think is happening is truly happening, then you may have need of this. You open the door of your bedroom and step out, hesitantly, one hand on the door. You look back, wondering if you will ever return. Shaking your head of these thoughts, you pull the door closed and leave the house. I'm so glad you gave the narrator this voice. With the aid of an occasional moonbeam piercing the dark cloud cover, you head for the circle of stones near the willow tree in the nearby woods. Strange shadows cast by the moonlight filter down through the treetops as thoughts of the past race through your mind. Your attention is returned to the present as you see, just ahead, the circle of stones. Often had you come here and sat for hours at a time, hoping to once again see the shimmering blue door that would allow you to return to Britannia. To those whose friendship you had come to them, to those whose friendship had come to mean so much, but never had the blue door reappeared. Less frequently you came, until finally, sadly, you gave up altogether. You're now 120 years old. So this narrator is just going through puberty.
With renewed hope, you stand before the circle stones, the arc in one hand, the angle in the other, minutes slip by, and nothing happens. Impatience turns to anxiety. The gate must open, the physical rival, the amulet can be nothing else. Why do you stand here until your amulet slips from your grip and falls within the circle of stones? While you stare dejectedly at the amulet lying within the circle, you notice a bluish shimmering in the air above the amulet. Looking down at the arc in your hand, you carefully see it is also enveloped in a soft blue glow. Carefully place the glowing arc beside the amulet. Did it, yeah, it's inconsistent about whether arc should be capitalized or not. Instantly, a shimmering blue door springs up. All you had to do was put these two things together. Without repeating rapidly, you step into it. It looks so not like a door. The arrival! Your senses are jerked from their momentary disorientation by a blinding streak of lightning that strikes with a thunderous crash not more than 100 feet from you. You're dead now. You're standing in a clearing surrounded by dark and forbidding forest overhead. Roiling black clouds fill the sky while thunder and lightning continue to crash around you. Britannia! It must be Britannia, but something is wrong. Instead of the sense of elation expected upon returning here after all these years, you're overcome with a foreboding sense of wrongness.
I mean, you're only called here to solve problems ever, so why would you expect to come here and be like, oh, everything's great?
Yep. Shouts someone from behind you. A familiar voice from the past calls you to whirl about. Racing towards you is Shimino, someone you thought you might never see again. Strongly grasping your hand, he exclaims, what voice did I give him 5 seconds ago? We were afraid the summoning, I'm current now. We were afraid the summoning would fail. It is nigh impossible to use any magic without invoking intervention from Blackthorn. Let us not tarry, for the summoning has surely not gone unnoticed.
Wow. Chat wants you to start the word onk with a rolled R.
Wrong. Trusting your friend's judgment, you hold your many questions until a safer time. Hastily retrieve the amulet and onk that lie at your feet before you can move. The very darkness about you begins to swirl and change. 3 shapes begin to materialize in the murky gloom. Shadow Lords. Hisses Shimino through clenched teeth. Quickly, he draws his sword. Is his thumb at the hilt of the sword? Is he holding it backwards?
It looks like he's giving a thumbs down with the sword up.
Yes, that is what he's doing. and move between you and the barely discernible shafts.
I bet r/onk exists and is Ultima related.
The foremost apparition traces a pattern in the air with a wispy forefinger. An ebony black arrow solidifies before it and hangs suspended for a moment. Then, with a flick of his hand, the Shadow Lord casts the glowing bolt at Shimino. He dies. The arrow strikes him full in the chest. Oh, maybe I should have done. Dropping his sword, he sinks to the ground. Lines of pain. Okay. And something worse etched into lines of pain and something worse etched into his face. The dark forms closing around you. At your feet, Shimino's body convulses in pain, but not a sound escapes his lips. Without warning, the amulet tightly gripped in your hand emits a bright blue glow. Upon seeing the amulet, the Shadow Lord shrink back. The wispy shadows swirl and fade back into the inky darkness from whence they came. From the fullness with which the bolt is conjured, we will find your yellows that I live once in time. It is the short walk to east, Shimino. Determination, you have to have the forest. I know it's going to be so long.
I said that the arrow was causing more pain than any normal arrow cause. Like normal arrow straight to the chest wouldn't cause
that
any
big deal. The loop to begin the this is him cocking the bolt onto a crossbow. Who goes that? Open the door, else I'll go before I do it. I did my doorstep. My friend, that was a sight for sore eyes. I see that you guys are running out of trouble. It's going to come back to the just 2 months with a foaming broth and a course with a daily warm. It's good to see after all these I can't believe you on your friend. It seems like something did not go unnoticed. Jesus, this is the opening to the story. It hasn't even started yet. Not like I'm like the ceiling. The dungeons lighting and the tooling foul dead ends of it. Somebody still managed to escape their eyes or unconscious light. They barely move. They barely must be found by. I didn't realize it was also education. Oh gosh! Well, that was 20 minutes I'm not getting back.
Leave Britannia alone. Hey, I'm not the one who pronounced it that way. Initially.
Da 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 da. Warp mode, please. Okay, let's maybe actually play a video game. Create a character. Now, I have a suggestion here. Might be dramatic, might be too dramatic.
Oh. Just that.
Just elf.
Oh. Wow.
Speclad says,
you might be attracting a few boys. You know that, right?
So how do you feel about the objective of putting a king back on the throne, says Speclad. Not great, but luckily this is a fictional round.
So, and the other thing is, if you read the manual, it says that the king had recently basically given up most of his powers and to a council, so basically he had turned it into the current British ruling system.
Speclad says it has to be boy v elf, and I do remember that, but I think, Yeah, there's nowhere near enough room. Much shorter name.
Miss out the spaces and the dot.
Then there is one character extra. It's gonna be difficult to talk me out of Elf. I think it's time for Elf in these adventures. We've had the boy for Elf, but there's been no sign of Elf. Elf 5? Now it's like a planet.
Oh yeah, for sure. Elf 5.
Is Elf 5? Yeah, neither is the best option. Gender Elf.
Elf 5 is gender Elf, exactly.
Exactly. Elf, says Specklad in chat. You know what? I did it. It's too late now. The
Elf 5 is a female.
The F is for elf.
Or an F. Oh, yeah,
Elf.
That makes sense.
This is, I was expecting this would just tell the story now, but it's not. This is different. Far from your minds, while strolling through the nearby woods, is the rumor of a mysterious racial stereotype that some claim to have seen, but then you see the colorful wagon sitting in the valley below. Strangely, you find yourself drawn to the wagon. As you approach, a woman's voice from inside says, what voice shall I give her?
She's the class creation, Romani.
Yep. Upon entering, you find an old racial stereotype sitting in a curtained room. In front of her is a table upon which sit two incense bowls. Oh, right, we have to do this thing. This will be how we choose our class.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
The ancient racial stereotype smiles as she says, "We have been waiting such a long time, but at last you have come. Sit here and I shall read the path of your future." She throws some powder into the bowls that causes a thick blue smoke to boil upwards from them. You choke on the smoke and die. Staring into the smoke, she says, "Let us begin the casting."
So are you trying to become a twinker? Wait, what would an elf
exactly
be?
Let's try to imagine who elf is and just answer these questions honestly.
These are the answers that will make boy most interested in elf.
Boy does not, like, elf's personality is not relevant. All boy cares about is an elf. That's it. That's all. A mighty knight accosts thee and demands thy food. Dost thou valiantly refuse and engage the knecht, or sacrifice thy food unto the hungry knecht? Well, this is, like, I get it. They're trying to suggest but like, this guy's a jackass.
They're not trying to suggest any. That's the whole point of these questions. They're all like, you could make an argument either way.
But that's the thing. There's no argument for sacrifice. The argument for sacrifice here is cowardice, but it doesn't say anything about the knight being hungry until the second to last word. I mean, yeah, obviously he's hungry. He wants your food. I'm going with A. This is a terrible question.
Go for it. That's what the questions are for you to answer.
Yeah. In thy youth thou pledged to marry thy sweetheart, but it wasn't boy. Now thou art on a sacred quest in distant lands. Thy sweetheart asks thee to keep thy vow. Dost thou A, honor thy pledge to wed, or B, follow thy spiritual crusade? Why'd you have to turn it into a crusade? What the hell?
Because that's what sacred quest means here.
Yeah, fair enough. The question is our sweetheart boy? And I think the answer is clearly no, because boy has been questing for us. So I think we have to go for the crusade. We might find boy out there, maybe.
I mean, is elf actually looking for boy, or is elf gonna marry her and boy is just gonna get more jealous? Yeah,
that's a good point. Elf, I don't think, is even aware of the existence of boy.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. So then answer this the way elf would answer this.
Well, I don't think that elf cares about this pledge. I think elf is going to follow. Elf is a crusader.
Maybe that's one reason boy likes elf so much, because elf plays hard to get.
After 20 years, thou hast found the slayer of thy best friends, plural. The villain proves to be a man who provides the sole support for a young girl. Dost thou spare him in compassion for the girl, or B, slay him in the name of justice? I think apparently I'm just going to answer B for everything.
Van Whitman says, "Slay Queen."
Exactly. The Lord mistakenly believes he slew a... This is the same question as this from 4. Thy Lord mistakenly believes he slew a dragon. Thou hast proof that thy lance felled the beast. When asked, dost thou honestly claim the kill and the prize, or humbly permit thy Lord his belief? I think humility is not Elf's thing. Humility is not Elf's thing.
I think in 4, the question was that
it was just another Knicht. It wasn't.
Well, it was another Knicht, and I don't think they were mistaken.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. This is yeah.
Went around saying it.
Anyway, I'm gonna go with honesty. Thou hast been prohibited by thy absent lord from joining thy friends in a close-pitched battle. Dost thou refrain, so thou may honestly claim obedience, or show valor, and aid thy comrades, knowing that thou may deny it later? My thought is valor on this one.
Whatever Elf would do.
Yeah. I'm trying to put my... The chat is like saying what they want me to choose, but I am just ignoring... This is my choices, or Elf's choices.
Yes, these are Elf's choices.
Thou dost believe that virtue resides in all people, do I now? Thou dost see a rogue steal from thy lord. Dost thou call him to justice, or personally try to sway him back to the spiritual path of good? I'm gonna call him to justice. I think I call him to justice. Thou hast been sent to secure a needed treaty with a distant lord. Thy host is agreeable to the proposal, but insults thy country at dinner. Dost thou valiantly bear the slurs, or justly rise and demand an apology? It's interesting to call this valiance.
Yeah.
Thy country
interesting to call
that
to call B justice.
Yeah, both of these are slightly weird. I mean, I am being sent as an ambassador, so even setting aside my whatever Elf's personal feelings are, they know what it is to be an ambassador. So I think I'm gonna go with A. Sounds like Elf is pretty aggressive, so B, says Specla. Should I just go with the more aggressive option every time?
No, you should go with the Elf option.
Yeah. I'm going with valiantly bear the slurs. They know how to be a diplomat or an ambassador. So be it, says the racial stereotype, as if from a great distance. Thy path is chosen. Thus began thy quest as chronicled in Ultima 4. I see, so they just sort of lifted that section from Ultima 4 to select your character.
Yep.
With the defeat of the Triad of Evil marking an end of the 3 ages of darkness, the lands of Britannia entered a new age of enlightenment. A champion was needed to show the peoples of Britannia the long-neglected path of virtue. You were chosen to be this champion. Heroically did you grow strong in the ways of the 8 virtues: honesty, compassion, valor, justice, sacrifice, honor, spirituality, and sexuality and humility.
There we go.
By many great deeds did you gain understanding of truth, love, and courage, thus becoming the first mortal to set eyes upon the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom. Upon completing your heroic quest, having shown the landsman, of Britannia the way to the Avatar, you return to your own world, an Avatar in your own right. Insert Underworld disc! So we're going straight to the Underworld, huh? That seems a bit unfair.
Apparently. You become an avatar, and then Speclad says you work for minimum wage for 12 years.
So we have to insert the Underworld disc, and then it does nothing, and then insert the Britannia disc.
Maybe this is just to make sure you have all the discs so that you don't, get halfway through the game and then can't play anymore.
I don't feel like it would be that helpful.
Then why would it ask you to insert the Underworld disc?
Oh.
This, I mean, it might also be sort of a form of what is it called? Security, not
copy
security.
Protection?
Yeah, copy protection.
Maybe.
You like listening to Commodore 128 sounds?
Okay, I guess we go back to the title screen so that then I can journey onwards with this character I've just created. Or maybe it just needed to load something from that disc, says Specklad, sarcastically.
Calm winds. Well, that's not a great sign.
Prepare for horrible shisps. Boy, it really just loads the outline of the UI and nothing else at first, huh? It's just, you just sit here and stare at this. Doop, ba-doop, ba-doop, da-doop, da-doop, doop, ba-doop, ba-doop, doo-doop. Oh, please insert dwelling disc. Oh, Christ.
Wow, Van Whitman was joking about insert new disc, and then it happened.
That's not how you save. Oh, I know how you save.
Music that's also in Ultima 6.
You save with quit, yeah. Okay, let's save immediately. Please insert Britannia disc. Okay, so you save to the Britannia disc, maybe?
Boy, this would have been hell to play, swapping discs constantly.
Yup, welcome to the Commodore experience. I hope this doesn't, actually quit. Yeah, okay. We're fine. Yeah, looks like we're gonna swap discs every single time we, do pretty much anything. Okay. How do I move? Okay, how do I... Oh, that's south. Oh, you know what? I will bet that the reason I'm having trouble moving around is that I didn't set the keyboard to positional. Let's see if that is...
What?
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 Okay. We had a good conversation.
It's saying what in the lower right?
Okay,
you should treat it like Clyde and banish it for speaking what?
Can I look to the west? Thou dost see a picture.
A picture on a table that suspiciously looks
like a man.
With a picture head.
Looking like a man. Okay, I can't get the picture, obviously. Where's my food? Okay, I have 63 food units. Thou dost see a hot stove. Touch. Talk to the stove. Nobody's here. Nothing to get on the stove. Fine. I don't see moon phases, but I see sun phase.
Maybe it's 2 new moons right now.
Can I, like, open the
Or
barrel?
maybe you don't get the moon phases while the sun's out.
Oh, yeah. That would make sense. Ooh, how advanced.
I mean, it doesn't really make sense, because the moon phases are determine where in the daytime you would see them. But maybe it has that aspect, too. Maybe when they're both new moons, they're up during the day.
We are certainly in a place here.
Looks like a forest.
I just immediately wandered into the forest instead of following the roads. I assume I can walk into the actual trees, but...
yeah, it's just dark in there.
It's
the
just
forest is dark and scary.
Will this be like an exit? Let's go with no for the moment. I just want to explore the rest of this map. I assume this is just the map for this, this, like, inn that, YOLO was running. Oh, we've got some crops or something.
Vegetables!
Thou dost see a plowed patch. Did I eat those, or did I... It was 64.
No,
okay, I got...
Okay,
good. This feels like a wise thing to do.
I mean, I think it is. Yeah, I wonder if they grow back. I doubt it, though.
I doubt it, but, you know, nobody else needs this food. Okay, got a bunch of food. On our way. On our quest. Please insert Britannia disc. Disc swapping.
How many discs did this come with?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
Yeah, this game probably shouldn't have been on the Commodore 128. I'm gonna go south. Okay, that is visible. Very slow. Boy, I'm never finding that again.
Yep. Also, I don't think this particular tune is from Ultima 6. But it's good.
Again, any tunes that are the same in Ultima 6 and this are from this, of course.
Sure. I didn't say from Ultima 6. I said
I
also
think you
in.
said from. I see
maybe I
a
did.
kangaroo up there.
Yes, a kangaroo cat.
Oh yeah, that's a monster. It's gonna come try and attack me.